Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
A man's arrested after a fatal shooting at Auburn Manor. Police say a 21-year-old was killed by a Chicago man.
For the first time since 2009, statewide Illinois community college enrollment grows. Cost isn't the only reason behind the increase in students.
And costume-clad kids go door-to-door collecting candy. We'll take you live to a local neighborhood where residents go all out to welcome trick-or-treaters. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson.
Rockford police arrest the man they say is responsible for a deadly weekend shooting.
22-year-old Deshaun Stallworth of Chicago is in custody. He's charged with first-degree murder. Saturday afternoon, police were called to Auburn Manor for a shooting. That's where they found the 21-year-old victim. He died at the hospital. He's identified as David Austin. Police took Stallworth into custody later that night. He is in the Winnebago County Jail. A Rock County man's convicted of multiple sex crimes. 51-year-old Chad Carlson was found guilty of incest and third-degree sexual assault. His trial took a day. Carlson faces up to 50 years in prison. His sentencing is scheduled for December 21st.
The FBI files a federal criminal complaint and arrest warrant against the man accused of brutally attacking Paul Pelosi, husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. David DePape is accused of breaking two federal laws, assaulting an immediate family member of a federal official and attempted kidnapping of a federal official. FBI Special Agent Stephanie Manor submitted the complaint to the U.S. District Court earlier today, writing that DePape was prepared to detain and injure Speaker Pelosi, carrying zip ties, tape, rope, and at least one hammer with him, and that he assaulted Mr. Pelosi with his own hammer. The criminal complaint precedes federal charges that are also expected to be filed today.
Changes are coming to a state-line public nursing home. Rockford's River Bluff is looking for a board of directors. Winnebago County board members approved creating a River Bluff board last week. There will be 9 members. River Bluff board members won't get paid. The county board chairman will appoint them with advice and consent of the county board. 1 will be a current county board member. The other 8 will be members of the community with expertise in fields like healthcare, social services, accounting, and marketing. The goal is to have more oversight of the nursing home while creating goals for long-term success. If you want to apply for the position, you have until December 2nd. We have information about that on mystateline.com.
The body of a Korean War POW returns back home after almost 70 years. 18-year-old U.S. Army Corporal William Zolilik was captured 72 years ago. He was listed as missing in action for many years, but today his body landed at O'Hare Airport and a procession took place along I-90 to his final resting place in Belvidere. Many state-line residents, including U.S. Army veterans, were a part of the ride.
It's humbling. It's an absolute honor to be able to do that. And the paycheck we get for it is when we bring this hearse and these remains by a school, and the school kids are out there with American flags holding their hand over their heart. That's the paycheck. And that educates another couple of generations.
Zolilik will be buried with full military honors November 10th. We'll have more on that tonight during our 10 o'clock newscast. A recent report from the Illinois Community College Board shows the first system-wide enrollment increase in more than a decade. According to ICCB, numbers are up 1.5% from last year.
Amory Wilder checked in with Rock Valley College. Amory, how's RVC's enrollment looking these days?
Mimi, Eric, an RVCC official tells me right now the school has a little more than 5,800 students. That's nearly 400 more learners than last year.
Rock Valley College is doing pretty darn well right now with enrollment.
Data collected from the Illinois Community College Board shows 28 schools saw growth in headcount this fall, compared to just 17 at this time last year. However, not every community college in the state saw gains. Many are still bouncing back from the economic impacts of the pandemic. Executive Director of ICCB, Dr. Brian Durham, says colleges have done a good job of staying connected to students over the last few years.
Community colleges have learned a lot in the last couple of years in the pandemic, and so they've figured out how to be more flexible, which is one of the strengths they bring to that community anyway. Community colleges really anchor their communities.
Rock Valley College Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr. Patrick Pyer, agrees.
We are a big family here at Rock Valley College, and our #1 goal is student success.
PIRE credits RVCC's 58 years of dedication and commitment to providing services and programs to local residents for the growth.
We have wonderful facilities, we have wonderful resources, we have amazing student engagement activities. It's been fun to be back on campus fully this fall semester. We have an amazing student athletic program. We are the home of champions at Rock Valley College.
Numbers show Illinois is ahead of the nation when it comes to community college enrollment. The national average declined by 5.6% in 2021 and remained flat in 2022. Eric, Mimi?
All right, thanks, Amory.
Tonight is Halloween, which means kids are already trick-or-treating or are about to go out.
Our Taylor Castro is in Loves Park, where kids are about to go door-to-door asking for candy. But later tonight, there will be a Halloween-themed concert. Taylor, how's it going out there?
That's right, Eric and Mimi. Here in Loves Park, one house is setting up for a special Halloween concert. 4 friends are dressing up as members of the band Kiss, and once the trick-or-treating's over, they'll be playing a concert for the whole neighborhood. This is the 2nd year they're doing it, and it's grown into a whole production, complete with fireworks, sparks machines, and more. They even have a Kiss-themed bag set to raffle off at the end of the night. There's t-shirts and, of course, candy for the kids. Last year, about 150 people came out, but this year, they're expecting double that amount.
There's a Facebook page for our whole subdivision, and I actually posted a video last year and then again this year just to make sure everybody knew about it. There was no surprises, and everybody has commented and said this is fantastic. They love it. They're excited we're doing it again. So
it's a beautiful night for it. The trick-or-treaters are just starting to get out to head and get their candy, and the Kiss cover band will go on later tonight around 7:30. Back to you.
That's one of those Halloween traditions that just keeps on going. You'll be able to hear it from blocks away.
Probably.
Taylor, thanks.
The future of affirmative action now hangs in the balance.
Supreme Court justices heard oral arguments in 2 cases where Harvard and the University of North Carolina defended the use of race within their admission policies. Our D.C. correspondent Raquel Martin shows us these cases are stirring up a lot of emotions.
Supporters of affirmative action rallied outside the Supreme Court Monday, while inside the justices heard 2 cases that could upend the decades-old practice, allowing universities to consider race when admitting students.
I believe that affirmative action is one way for all of us to be able to tell our stories and our truth.
In separate arguments before the court, the University of North Carolina and Harvard both argued the practice is necessary to promote diversity on campus.
We know that every student at Carolina has earned their place.
Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson and Justice Sonia Sotomayor underscored race is just one of several factors considered by schools.
When you give your race, you're not getting any special points. It's being treated just on par with other factors in the system. No one's automatically getting in because race is being used.
But the court 6 conservative justices expressed skepticism. Justice Samuel Alito suggested the inclusion of race is innately unfair.
If you give a plus to a person who falls within the category of underrepresented minority, but not to somebody else, you are disadvantaging the latter student.
And Justice Clarence Thomas poked holes in the university's goals.
I've heard the word diversity quite a few times, and I don't have a clue what it means. It seems to mean everything for everyone.
That was Raquel Martin reporting. The Powerball jackpot for tonight's drawing continues to grow.
It's now worth an estimated $1 billion, making it the 2nd largest Powerball jackpot ever. No one hit all 6 numbers. That hasn't happened since August 3rd. The odds of winning aren't great. They're 1 in 292 million. But hey, someone has to win. And whoever does can take home a lump sum payment of about $497 million.
Now, your First Warn weather forecast from meteorologist Savannah Brito.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday. We started the work week with Halloween. We're going to have great weather conditions for anyone that is heading out. Still the lower 60s by 5 p.m., at least for most areas. DeKalb right now has fallen down to the upper 50s. 50s, or at least they did a little bit ago. 6, though, we're going to be down to about 59 degrees, the mid-50s by 7, and then into the lower 50s by 8 and 9 p.m. I think a couple places might fall into the upper 40s by then, just because temperatures are going to fall a little bit overnight. Not bad, though. We are going to see clearing skies, light winds, might need a light jacket, but overall, at least you're able to show those Halloween costumes off. Big change from the last year, or 3 years ago in 2019 when we had 3.1 inches of snow. No snow to be found. There's sunshine actually out there still. The wettest on Rockford was 2.5 inches back in 1919. The coldest was at freezing level, believe it or not, 32 degrees back in 1917. Back in 1950, it was the warmest, 84 degrees. So it's not going to be that warm out there this evening, but at least we are above average. Very nice for Halloween. 65 still in Rockford, 60 in DeKalb, 62 in Rochelle, 64 in Freeport, 65 in Galena. Also good news, our winds are going to be light, only about between 5 and 10 miles per hour, so not bad. We are going to see a change in our wind pattern, though. As early as tomorrow, our winds are going to increase for Tuesday and Wednesday, and then much more by Thursday and Friday. So enjoy the light winds while we do have them this evening, and then into tomorrow morning. Sunset, you can kind of see those colors out there. Clear skies, notice that out of Rochelle. Little bit of cloud cover in downtown Rockford, same with the northeast side of Rockford, but clear skies also in Beloit. So cloud cover did move out very nicely. We are tracking showers southeast of the Chicago area, but dry conditions, no problems for trick-or-treaters if you're heading out tonight. Cloud cover really not going to come back into play until Wednesday, probably the second half of Wednesday. We are going to hang on to those mostly clear skies overnight. Sunshine then in store for us tomorrow. That pattern will continue into the day Wednesday. Again, at least the first half. I think we'll see cloud cover by the second half of Wednesday. Showers return, though, as early as Friday. A stalled front is going to sit just northwest of our area. That will increase our rain chances as early as Friday. I think the better chances are going to come into Saturday night and then into Sunday with that actual cold front. But because that front does stall, it's going to be a stationary front and then pass as a cold front. Because it does stall, that's kind of what keeps our rain chances around. Storms possibly Saturday night into Sunday as well. After that, we are going to see falling temperatures, but definitely going to be warm up until that point in time. That is due to this ridge and high pressure system that's sitting just south of our area. A significant building trough, though, is just west of here, bringing that area in the Pacific Northwest colder weather. Eventually, we are going to see a switch in our pattern, probably by the weekend, definitely into earlier next week, but the above average temperature pattern is going to continue with temperature highs either in the upper 60s or lower 70s. That's going to hold on at least till Friday, possibly by the weekend, but there are even bigger details and changes in the forecast. This is the temperature trend. So the first part of November is looking warm, but the second half, about middle November, we could see some cooler air. So that trough, you can see the kind of trough building out west of here, building and moving across our area, possibly seeing that again after the weekend into earlier next week and then mid-November. So we could see some cooler temperatures, cooler than average anyways, but not until the second half of November, or at least the middle of November. 69 though Tuesday, 71 Wednesday. Nice temperatures up until the weekend. Even the 60s, mid-60s is above average for Saturday. We won't get back to normal until early next week. Mimi, Eric.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
If you thought the Bears defense looked bad yesterday in Dallas, imagine how it's going to look without Roquan Smith. We're going to find out. He's been traded to the Ravens for 2 draft picks, a second rounder and a 5th rounder. The Bears also get veteran linebacker A.J. Klein. He's basically a body. He's played in only 2 games this season with 5 tackles. Roquan leads not only the Bears with 83 tackles, he leads the entire NFL. He was named second-team All-Pro in the last 2 seasons. But his contract is up after this season, and GM Ryan Poles obviously doesn't believe Roquan is worth the big contract he'll command on the free agent market. So who else might the Bears trade before tomorrow's trade deadline? I see only 3 guys on the roster who have trade value who might not be part of Ryan Poles' rebuild. Running back David Montgomery, safety Eddie Jackson, and cornerback Jalen Johnson. I'm not saying these guys will get traded or should get traded, but if more deals are made, these are your most likely candidates. No way, though, should the Bears trade Jalen Johnson. He definitely, though, has trade value. Now, the Packers, like the Bears, they're 3-5, but they're not thinking rebuild. In a weak NFC, they could still make the playoffs. And last night against the Bills, the Packers actually looked good at times. Now, losing on the road by 10 points to maybe the best team in the NFL isn't the worst thing that could happen. Aaron Rodgers says the Packers just need 1 win to get on track.
And I feel like if we can just get 1, and the whole momentum changes. I thought we had a great week of practice. The energy in the pregame in the locker room was different. It felt like the Packers again.
We need everybody's best effort each and every week in order for us to get out of this thing.
The second round of the IHSA football playoffs is set. Byron and Michelle are the only two local teams that will play Friday night this week. Everybody else will wait until Saturday. You can find the matchups and the start times right now at mystateline.com. Game 2 of the World Series is a bit iffy for tonight. There's lots of rain in the forecast in Philadelphia. If it is played, Lance McCullers will start for the Astros. Noah Syndergaard will start for the Phillies. The Astros even up the series at 1 when they won Saturday night. Syndergaard has had some injury issues over his career, but he says he is ready to grind on the hill tonight for the Phillies if need be.
Now is the time as ever to empty the tanks. I mean, leave nothing left. So I'll go as long as they'll allow me.
Savannah has a final weather check in just a minute.
But first, here's a look at what's to come on News Nation tonight.
Tonight on my show on News Nation. The one and only Bill O'Reilly joins us again tonight. Do you think he really believes that the attack on Paul Pelosi was just another act of violent crime? Also, his take on what will make America better and what's about to happen in the midterms. And, as always, call the number, get yourself some Cuomo, and have your say. Coming up tonight on the show.
That's coming up tonight on the cable and satellite stations you see here. You can also head to newsnation.com.
We are going to track no showers tonight, dry forecast for Halloween. That's sponsored by Rockford Auto Glass and More. Temperatures stay mild, upper 60s, even the lower 70s Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then the 60s return Saturday, Sunday, guys.
Looks really nice. Thanks, Savannah.
And thank you for spending some of your time with us. Stay safe.